Bauryna Salu is the nomadic and Central Asian tradition of a couple giving their firstborn child to their grandparents in order to look after. This custom comes under the microscope in Kazakhstan's official submission for the 97th Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. Loosely based on the real-life experience of the director, Yur Sultan is a very young boy who lives with his grandmother. From a very young age, he helps out at the farm. He helps clay the walls of the huts. He even helps his grandmother bathe. He follows all these day-to-day tasks to support his grandmother as she takes on the tradition of looking after him. As Yur Sultan turns 12, his grandmother dies and he has to return to his birth parents with no real emotional attachment, and he feels very estranged from their role as being parents. And the film explores how Yur Sultan deals with this. Will he cope? Will he come of age and grow fondly of his parents? What is most interesting about this film is it's a window into some traditions of Kazakh and nomadic culture. We see what rural life is like in such Central Asian countries. We see the daily traditions and how the nomadic people traditions are kept on by communities. The film provides us with an opportunity to observe quietly the day-to-day traditions of people working the fields and the farm, eating together in a nomadic Kazakh community, and even the local processes of mourning a death in the family. It is almost a documentary style feel to the film, where it provides us with real life insight of what it's like to live in this country, especially in rural communities. And the accumulation of all these different aspects of their day-to-day lives make it a fascinating insight and a fascinating story. The film never relies on narrative gestures or shocking plot points. Instead, we just continue to observe, to really understand what this tradition is and how it might impact on different people. It's also not making big political points about the tradition. Instead, it asks us to observe and come to our own conclusions of how this tradition impacts on individuals. Again, this is quiet and observational cinema, and it's not going to be a big awards contender, nor is it going to be heavily distributed across the globe. But if you have the opportunity to watch this film, please do, because it provides that fascinating insight into a different culture. I would therefore give this film 4 stars, and I would say it's quite accomplished filmmaking for a director very early in their career. Most people haven't seen much Kazakh cinema, and if you say Kazakh cinema, they will go to Borat, which obviously has nothing to do with the country. Actually, it's quite reminiscent of some Kazakh cinema I have seen. The country itself has submitted 18 films for the Oscars and have received 1 Oscar nomination for 2007's historical epic Mongol, and that was the characteristic of the Kazakh Oscar submissions of the time. And while the initial focus was on that big budget state-sponsored historical epics, more recently they have been putting forward these more art house, quiet, observational style films, and have been shortlisted twice since Mongol's nomination. The 2 films that have been shortlisted include Kalin, as well as Eka, which actually won the Best Actress award at Cannes Film Festival that year. And these films are very much in line with Bauryna Salu, as in their quiet observations of the details of Kazakh life. And this is why I love the category for Best International Feature Film at the Oscars, because you get to see different parts of the world on the big screen. So if you like my videos and want to see more reviews of world cinema and follow the race for Best International Feature Film, please do subscribe to my channel, Global Film Pool.